Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another podcast. And I am so extremely excited for this episode. But I'm here to share with you why you can make your 2026 your year and kind of just do a recap about my year and then kind of just talk about how we could look into the new year together. So, hello, if you guys are new here, my name's Jasmine. I really have been trying to find my podcast niche, and I think somewhere so deep in my heart, I love self help. Like, self-help books, self-help podcasts. So I think I just want to share some of the knowledge that I have learned. And I'm no means a professional. Like I'm not a professional self-helpist. Like I'm literally just here to just share a portion of my life and just share what I have learned. And so I actually wanted to bust out. I was actually going to bust out my therapy book, but it's right there. So I wanted to talk a little bit about 2025 and what this year entailed for me. So, looking back on 2025, these are some questions that I asked myself, and this is no means my credit. I definitely took a lot of credit from Mel Robbins because she just uploaded a podcast talking about 2026 and like how to shape your year and like how to be, just like ready for the new year to come. And a lot of it was just like reflecting, but the three main questions she asked was what is something that you want to leave or stop in 2025? What is something that you want to bring into 2026, aka like a new habit? And what is something that you want to continue? So I feel like a lot of people, when 2026 New Year begins, everyone's like, I want a fresh start. I want an 8-step skincare routine, and I want to look snatched, and I want to look good, and I want to lose weight, and I want to become a millionaire, and yada, yada, yada. Like it goes on. And I'm here to tell you that, like, it's great to have those intentions and set your goals for yourself, but also I think small habits make big changes. And I know nobody wants to hear that, but I think for me personally, it was just super mind opening to be like, oh, all it takes is one small change for a large habit. Like, that's awesome. So, these are a couple things that I am, reflecting on 2025. And 2025 is known to be the year of the snake in the Chinese zodiac. And someone at my old work actually told me that 2026 was the year of the horse, which meant a really good year for me. So let's hope that goes through because I do feel like 2026 is my year and I don't know what it is. I just feel like 2026, I'm ready. I'm like, put me on the horse, I'm ready. Which, by the way, 2026 is the year of the horse. So, Chinese zodiacs and all. But I'm just really excited because 2025 was the year of the snake, if you guys don't know, which I already mentioned, but it was a year for a lot of shedding. So, a lot of shedding of friendships, shedding of just old thoughts, old ideas, and like moving into something new. And I literally was like, and so let me actually read you a definition of what technically the year of the snake is because I don't want to, like make the like make the wrong guess if that makes any sense. Like I just want to make sure that I'm providing you with the best information. So, 2025, the year of the wood snake is the Chinese zodiac beginning on January 29th until February 16th, 2026. So basically, technically a year, okay? And so the key aspects of the wood snake year 2025 is wood, representing growth, flexibility, and relationships. Traits the wisdom, intuition, adaptability, strategic thinking, and introspection. The theme, now this is where the theme got me. Shedding old skin, personal growth, and embracing new beginnings. I was like, if that wasn't me, like, I feel like I have gone through such a high and such a low of like what I want to do. But to basically encompass it, this year was such a year of change for me. And also, I traveled so much. I was looking over my calendar and looking over some key moments, and I was like, wow, like, I really think like 2025 was a lot of traveling and also if you haven't, I highly recommend downloading Mel Robbins' workbook because it really got me looking over the year just through my camera roll. And you forget things that you did. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot I went to a concert with this friend, or I forgot that I went to vacation. I feel like I was just living on autopilot that I forgot that I did all these really cool and fun activities. So definitely recommend. But I was just looking over everything and I was like, wow, I can't believe that I made it. Like, oddly enough, I'm like, wow, like I made it. Like, that's so cool. Like, I was just super enthused just to begin and have a new beginning and just like really hone in. And on top of that, I feel like more so I was really excited just to take on whatever challenges the new year brought me. And a lot of that came with just a lot of challenges. I mean, overcoming the main thing that I did was quit my job. So, hello. But it really led me to like content creation. So, I don't know what I would have done if I didn't quit because a lot of things that happened in my life are just divine timing. And like the Lord knows the timing, man, because sometimes I'm like, oh, I wish I did this, or I wish I stayed longer, or I wish I did this. And then you look back at your life timeline and you're like, what kind of person would I have shown up as if I was still at my job or still was at this place and hanging out with these types of people? So it was just really cool and really nice to really look back on it. And today, my therapist and I actually looked back on our year and we were like, wow, like I can't believe that I went through all these things with such perfect timing. Because when I was talking about my with my therapist, I started therapy in March, which was the best thing I've ever did for my mental health. So if you guys are like teetering about therapy, please do it. Do it. Do it. Um, BetterHelp has financial aid. It has stuff for students and supports and stuff. And also you can look up like a ton of influencer codes. So like you're gonna get your bag girl, but honestly, use BetterHelp. Like the influencers are not joking. Like they really want to get that bag, but also like BetterHelp is where it's at. So find your favorite influencer, see if they have a BetterHelp code because honestly, therapy has changed the way I think about so many things and also just gives me a third person perspective. Like my therapist and I have been going strong for almost a year now, which is insane to think about. Like I started therapy in March and I'm like, wow, I can't believe we're here. And she's been through all these new life changes with me. And although it might seem like oh, it's only an hour a week. Like, what's that going to do? Like, trust. Like, when you know you have your therapy coming up, it's a lot easier to like go through mundane or like daily tasks just because you're like, okay, like, I can talk to my therapist about this. Like, I literally think to myself when I had my old job, I was like, oh, I can talk to my therapist about this. Like, I know I can hold this for a little bit because I feel like in the past I would have either blown up or gone off on the person or been really upset. But I think now I'm just kind of like, okay, I have my therapist to talk about this, like to see if I'm really wrong and like how I am. And so it's been good, and also it's led me to become super introspective. So if therapy is something that's on your vision board, please let it happen. This is your sign. Please sign up. Please do it because I really do not know what kind of person I'd be. And I really don't know. Like, I'm doing a lot of inner work right now that I think it's divine timing. Like, if I were in a relationship right now, I feel like I still wouldn't be able to show up as the person as I'm meant to show up as because I feel like I still have so much inner work to do. So, anyways, that's my spiel on therapy. I wish BetterHelp you had a code, but it's okay. But the next thing that I really wanted to touch on was yeah, so New Year's goals, year of the snake. I've literally shed weight. I've shed friends. I've shed my old job. Like I feel like I'm just morphing into this new person. And I'm like, wow, look at me and my new skin and my new glow. Like this is how I'm supposed to look. And it's been really nice just to be able to really take in the fact that like I'm changing. And change is something that I used to fear, which is why I had the same job for 5 years because I just didn't want to change. But I think sometimes those jobs do teach you a lot. And I also just wasn't ready for the identity change yet. And I think when it came to the point of like, I really just want to become a new person and change and morph, I think the identity kind of followed. And also, like, if you're trying to change the person you are, like, you have to obviously change your environment, right? Like, I feel like that's the whole part of like change. It's like you change the environment. Like, I track my food now. And also, some tip that actually that my therapist actually pointed out to me because I like had no idea about this was like, I not intentionally, like, I kind of microdosed my changes. Because, in the beginning of the year, I was talking to her back in March and I was like, oh, I'm going to quit my job by the end of the year. Like, I was pretty set on that deadline. And I don't know why I was so set on the deadline. And so when the time came to quit in September, because I was so ready to be done, I was so ready to quit. I feel like every single thing that I held valuable to me was no longer serving me, and the job I was just not feeling myself at. And I think a lot of the times I wasn't feeling like me I just wasn't liking who I was, and I would hang around the wrong people and around the wrong tribe. So, we quit, but that was like a change that I was idealistically going to do in the new year. So I was like, oh, odd, like that I decided to, quit in September. And then my quote unquote like health scare came in November. And when that happened, I was like, oh, like I need to lose weight. Like that's a point blank, like right now. Like if I don't change now, like nothing's going to happen. So then I decided to change my food habits and I lost like 20 plus pounds. And so when people like are like in the new year, like I'm gonna be fit and lose weight and have a morning routine, like yada yada yada, I'm like, how? Like, really, why? Like, and I also was thinking about it because I was like, how would I have dealt with all the overwhelming change in January? Like, hadn't I not quit in September? Like, I would have been like, okay, no new job starting the new year. I would have been fat and I would have not had good eating habits and like I would have been sad. So all of these things that are like compiling and that I was like wanting to do just kind of fell through more organically through change, and I think that honestly helped me a lot because I was like, "Oh, like it's not it's not me." Like if that makes any sense, like I'm not really like, "Oh, like it was just the way the things unfolded," because I wanted all those things in 2026, but I think in order to achieve what I had ideally thought in 2026, then the things needed to happen in 2025. If that makes any sense. Because I think if I would have quit my job and tried to lose weight and like gone to medical school all starting January, like I think I would have lost my mind. Like I think I literally would have been like, how am I going to go through all this change at once? Like even going to school from going to school to going on break, like that's a large change. Like that's already enough. Like why did I think I was going to quit, lose weight, and also start nursing school? Like I would have not been okay. But I think since I was it sounds bad, but I'm like microdosing, I guess, but like micro I was already implementing these habits before the new year started that by the time January 1st came, I wasn't really like, yeah, let's lose all the weight and change. Is more kind of like, okay, let's continue these habits. Like, let's build on this, which is something cool too. And I also wanted to really do like a goal of the month, I think would have been really cool. Or like looking back, I think I should have done like a goal per month, but also I was so busy and going everywhere all the time. I want to be intentional. I think 2025, my word was yes, which, if you didn't know, that was my word. It was basically me saying yes to more opportunities, yes to traveling, yes to events, yes to this. Like, I said yes to everything. Like, I did not care. I was like, okay, yes. Like, dinner, yes. This, yes. Like, I was very much the yes girl. And now that I feel like I've found my tribe of people, I've found my close friends, and I'm just finding my groove with people and just like really nurturing those friendships, I think I want to take the word intentional into 2026. That's the word that I'm like placking. I'm like intentional. Like I want my content to become more intentional. And so I hope that like listening to my podcast gives you guys more intention, or even just like hope that you guys look inward or become introspective or like learn something. So I think now I'm just at the point where I'm like, I want my podcast to give you guys value, which is like the main thing. So a lot of my thumbnails and things might change because it's going to be less about me and more about you. So I want it to be like, how can I give you value? How can I give you information? Like, how can I do this? So it's going to be a lot more like self-helpy more than like me, but I think that'll also be cool because I can integrate my experiences. So I hope that's kind of like the direction I'm moving in looking into 2026. So that'll be really exciting and really fun. And then I also want to just be intentional with my friendships. I think my friendships are something that I value so dearly much, but I was thinking, I was like, I do not show them that I value them, or I don't reach out, or I don't initiate plans. Like I feel like I'm really lazy in that way. And I think I can be more intentional with making more social time because I'm personally really okay with being antisocial, but I think I need to be more social. I need to go outside. I need to look at the world, like not just be on my little silly little camera and phone all day and like edit, you know what I mean? Like I really want to like be intentional with the time that I spend outside or on my phone, or like time blocking, just making use of my days because my days are going to get busy and it's a matter of if I keep up or not. And I still want to, have the time to do the things that I want to do and love to do, but I just need to be able to do them. So I think that's also really important for me. And yeah, so kind of just intentional overall. Like I want to be intentional with my mornings. I want to be able to like have a slow morning because normally I'm waking up and I'm like, okay, I gotta go. Like I had no moment to like just be slow, enjoy, like relax. Like I had none of that. So I feel like I really want to take that into the new year of just like being slow and enjoying my time. I want to read more. I want to be able to just like really know, like I want to read classics, I want to read books. Like I want to be intentional with my knowledge and purposeful and pick up a book that's meaningful, pick up a book that's helping me so that I can help you guys. So I think it's more so just really thinking about what I do and what I say also because I really just be saying whatever I want sometimes and I'm like, "Oh, I should probably like, you know, like plan that out and become more intentional with my calendar and time blocking because I always forget I have plans. So I need to make sure I look at my calendar, look at my plans, set everything straight, like look good because then I feel like I can show up better." So just organizational, I guess, but more just because now I have found the people that I want to hang out with the most. So now it's just like making that time for them. So I don't know if that made any sense. But yeah, you guys should think of a word for the new year. I was like intentional. Something that I also highly recommend doing is writing three separate letters to yourself. So the first letter that you're going to write to yourself is going to be a 2025 reflection. And this has no blueprint. Like you can, but honestly, if it were me, I would write something more about how I'm feeling because then you can look back and because pictures are pictures and you don't really know how you're feeling in the pictures. Like you can see you're smiling, but like you don't know that you had like the best day of your life, right? So I feel like writing down a letter about how you're feeling for this upcoming year, I think will be really cool and like really fun to look back on. So that's the first one. So 2025 reflection, like how are you feeling? What is the standpoint? Like where are your 2 feet at? Like look at that. And the next thing that I would actually pose is a letter to yourself. So this is going to be a little bit of more a combination, but I think a letter to yourself would be amazing. I would say just a letter to your 2026 self. Like how does she look? How does she show up? How does she dress? Like how does she like by the end of the year, like how did your keyword implement into the life? So for my example, it would be like, oh, my word is intentional. Like how was Jasmine intentional in 2026? And right, be like, I hope you are intentional this year by prioritizing your friends or having more social time. So stuff like that. So just try to envision what kind of person is out there. That's you. And then lastly, I would write a little bit more, either like a paragraph or just something about just your word and why you chose it. And I think having a word for the year is always really easy to remember versus like your 20 goals you have. I feel like it's really important to just have one keynote and that all your goals kind of do surround that word. So it would be like a little diagram. Like those diagrams where it's like the key diagram and you gotta like take all the details. Like I feel like that's how I feel with my word. So it's like, okay, intentional. I'm like, okay, I want to travel more to see my family. Okay, next intentional. I want to schedule one hangout a week with a friend. Okay, and then just like kind of go that way because you can always branch out from your keyword and then you'll remember like if someone asks you to do something, is this intentional for what I want to do? Is this aligned with my word of being intentional? Am I being intentional with this? And that I'm just saying intentional because that's my word, but I mean, you can obviously choose whatever word. Am I going to be free, strong, brave, courageous, etc.? But yeah, and also write down something that you're proud of for doing in 2025 and that reflection because I feel like you don't tend to really pat yourself on the back. But yeah, that's kind of my 2026 intentions. Um, what do I want to set out there this year? This year, really want to journal more. I want to read my Bible more. I want to um, read. I honestly want to read. Like, I hate being in a conversation and feeling dumb. Like, I really want to read more and I want to learn more information. I just want to learn more about history, culture. Like, I really love that kind of stuff. So, I'm looking back into like reading more intentionally again. And I just want to like stretch. This has been a goal of mine for like a couple years, but I really have been wanting to stretch more. And I think I need to make that a habit. And I have a yoga mat in my car, so I'm probably going to take it out and then we can all just stretch together. But yeah, that's kind of the main encompass of my 2025 recap and 2026 goals. I would highly recommend getting a new journal for the year, a little vision board, and just really write out like what you're set out to do because you know you're meant for more and you know what you're meant to do. So I highly recommend just journaling those 3 prompts out, writing out what kind of habits you want to implement, or something cool that I actually really want to implement is 1 goal per month, which I think would be really good to like categorize your goals. I've seen other people do like quarter goals, like quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4, which I think is also super cool too. Just kind of depends like what kind of route. Like I want to read like a book per month. So it'd be like, okay, like a book per month and like have that goal. So I don't know, whatever you may think, but I'm just really excited for 2026. I'm ready to get on the horse. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to hustle. But comment down below a New Year's goal you have because I really want to get inspired. And if you have any other goals that you'd want to chat about, let me know. Thank you guys so much for listening. I love you guys so much. And I will see y'all next time.